If you've already got an OpenAPI spec and you want to generate a command line interface or a CLI to interact with your API from the terminal, you can now do that really easily with Stainless. I grabbed the OpenAPI spec from Spotify, and with a little bit of configuration, I'm able to generate a Go SDK and also a command line interface. You'll see that I've also set up Stainless to publish to Homebrew, so it's going to keep my tap repo up to date with the instructions that Homebrew uses to know where that binary is that it needs to download when using the Homebrew CLI. So Stainless is going to generate all the code for the CLI and push it to my production repo that I've wired up here. Now you can treat your Stainless generated CLI like any other Stainless SDK in that you can go and make custom code changes anywhere in the code base, and Stainless will intelligently generate around those and make sure that it's continuing to incorporate your changes as well as any updates that come in through your updated OpenAPI spec. And here's just a quick look at the tap repo. So I can brew install the brand new CLI using brew tap for my org and then brew install for Spotted. I've already got the latest version installed, so let's take a look at what we get when we pull up the help. So you'll notice that we're on version 0223, and here's a whole bunch of the different API endpoints that we can use to fetch albums or artists, or even like look at our own players and things. Let's take a look at the devices that I have running. So I have Spotify up in a Chrome player, and I'm gonna also launch it on my phone. So now we have Spotify up on the phone. If I run this again, now I can see that it is both in the Chrome web player on my computer and also on the smartphone. That's pretty cool, directly through the CLI. But there's also all of these different formats, like format pretty, that will give me like a nice, beautiful output. Let's take a look at another command here. We're gonna say get new releases, format explore. Explore is gonna give us a terminal UI that we can play around with and kind of like walk through the API results by using our arrow keys or HJKL directly as we would expect all other terminal UIs. This has become quite popular in many of the recent tools like Claude Code. So here we have an artist. So this is Ann Wilson, very cool. Okay, let's grab that artist's ID, and then we're gonna use that artist ID to maybe fetch some more details. So we can do spotted artists list albums. This time, let's have our output in JSON-L format. Now, one of the really cool features of the Stainless generated CLIs is they have auto pagination. So as we reach the end of a page in the API list, it's firing off the next API call to get the next page of results. So you can pass this into a pager. It's hard to see, but you'll see these little flashes where it's saying getting more data. These also play super nicely inside of terminal-based LLM. So I can say like, use the spotted CLI and give me the external URL for a banger from Jacob Banks. Okay, it didn't get CLI right, but let's see if Claude can find a song for us. Awesome. Here's the external URL for Chainsmoking. And this is indeed a banger. Let's check it out. All right, that's amazing. It would have been hilarious if it gave us like the Rickroll track, but it did not. If you want to learn more about how to generate a production-ready command line interface for your API, head over to stainless.com/docs.